Code Orange has arrived, my friends. If you have not seen, we've gone out in the world. We have done a spooky, I will say Halloween haul. It was more a haul of the Halloween theme this year, but this haul is going to be more of a, I don't want to say proper Halloween, but direct from the Halloween drops this year. I'm so excited. Let's get started. So as for the places, and I think I just got a comment of somebody saying that Cracker Barrel puts out some of the better quality Halloween stuff. Is that not weird? Like I never would have thought Cracker Barrel is the place that we'd all be going to Halloween for Halloween things, but I will be covering Cracker Barrel. I was going to say pulled the trigger. I really hate that phrase. Pulled the lever on, pulled the funds out of nowhere. Anyway, on Cracker Barrels, we have Cracker Barrel, we have Spooky Town, my first ever order, multiple orders actually. One because it came broken, other because we got more. We'll get into that. My first ever Spooky Town, and then a couple little bitty items from Michael's. We have more to come, but I'm excited. Let's start with Cracker Barrel. And I think we're starting small. So Cracker Barrel, we did like a little, I'm being handed things, but we did a little walkthrough, like a virtual walkthrough, because we do not have a Cracker Barrel in this state at all. You can see how Oregon feels about country. You know what I'm saying? I know they left. Well, you would leave if you're not getting support. You know what I'm saying? Why would you leave? But when we did the sort of virtual like shop with me, I talked about how they have like a certain set of lines that they do every year and then they add new things. And one of those, like their go-tos, like the salt and pepper shakers and that sort of thing. But one of them are their ornaments. And we have, what do we have? The Black Wraith. Yeah, we have the Black Wraith. I thought we got a second thing. I don't know. Or maybe I'll link that video. Why do I do that to myself? Definitely bought more ornaments this year because I think, and there will be a video following this where we're going to be doing a little bit more in this room. I think we're going to be having a spooky tree in this room, maybe all year round, maybe just Halloween season. So I was going for like just like all the Halloween ornaments that like not a themed thing, like just gathering ornaments. So first one we got, this was your choice. I mean, I think it's cute. If you've been following the channel for like since the beginning, and TBH, those videos aren't out there anymore. We filmed it downstairs, and one of the, actually even when it was upstairs, one of the prints that we had was a big Highland cow print. I really, really loved it. It was more of a portrait, I think, if I'm remembering right. There's just like majesticness, but like make it a ghost and it's all the more cooler. I appreciate that they did a white, I just noticed that with it. This one did arrive broken, but you wouldn't even be able to tell. It was one of the horns. So, otherwise their packaging is pretty good. We'll not say that about Michael's. We'll get to that. But that's ornament one. Also with me, if you are not a member and you want to join, it is only, we intentionally set it to be quite affordable these days. Okay, you know what I mean? We're all hurting here. So we have a tier 1, which is $1, and a tier that is $5. So really low, but if you are not a member and would like to be, there is a birthday bash video where I unboxed a bunch of items, and one of them is my new friend, Lucifer. Yes, I know his name is Lucifer, but I call him Lucifer, and he's super grumpy, and I love it. And he's just hanging out with us. Maybe he'll just be in every video. He's very cuddly for a grumpy cat. This next item is a little bit of a hint of one to come shortly that I passed on in previous years, but I'm pretty excited to have gotten it. And also, if you know of places that do like spooky Halloween ornaments, and we do have one more, I would say it's a little bit more spooky Christmas that we'll show you later on in another video when we get closer to Christmas, but let me know. I would love to know the shops. I know there's some like on Etsy, but I'm really quite impressed with their ornaments, and they're really affordable. I forget what these were, like $5.99 or $6.99? $4.99? Okay, excuse me. So this next one is the witch, the kind of like, I forget what they call her. Well, I'm looking at it over there because I will be showing you that. Apparently they just call it witch figurine, but it's more of like a wooded figurine. It's very well detailed. And what surprised me, I don't know if it's the case on this ornament. No, it is like there's just a touch of brown underneath that too. So it's not just the graininess that gives it the wood vibe, but a little bit of color there. It's so detailed for the price. Like what? So that is ornament number 2. This one, I swear I got this one last year. Maybe one year we do like a full-on cat tree. But I feel like this came out last year. I do have the full-size cat, which is over there. I'll be showing you that in a video coming up. Got that one last year, but I thought I had the ornament. And so I was like, please bring this back. And they did. So for those of you that don't know, or I mean, some of you would if you've been following for a while, we had 4 cats total. So we are down to 1. So having a little ghost kitty and also a black one. I mean, I guess you could say the sort of sheet is black, but maybe we can presume the cat is black. And we did have a black cat. I don't know. It just feels like a reminder, a not sad reminder of our cats. So there's that one. It's so, so cute. Now, would you call this a Reaper or, because it reads more ghosts to me. What do they call it? Yeah, I'm going to say, yeah, we'll go with Wraith, but like a ghostly Wraith, which kind of they already are, just more white. Speaking of which, I do hope, because I did see, if you watch that video, I saw what was it, the ghost walking the ghost cat. I'm hoping at some point they come out with this cat, but in white, both like full-sized and ornament-sized. That would be cool. But we got this guy. So nice and long. This one's going to go well with the other one that we have. That's black. I can't remember if that one's like holding an orb, but this one does light up. I think it changes colors. Yeah, it does. I don't remember how many, but pretty cool. And then there's the back side there. And that is our last ornament. Now we are getting to 2 rather large pieces. And I don't know where I need to position myself for this. Oh, we're doing mine first. We each had a pick. So I didn't think I was going to we're going to come up with a new phrase. Give me a phrase, you guys. I didn't think I was going to snag this one. I wanted it. I was more thinking like, let's wait for a year where we're going to do like a witchy theme for Halloween. But you never know when items are not going to come back, even though this is quite a popular item. I know some of you got it. And it's the full-size witch figure. So let's take it out. Let's have you take it out. I will add that both this figure, can you call it a figure when it's that tall?
You're calling it a figurine.
Figurine, excuse me. I know, it makes less sense. That one and the other one that we have, much bigger than I thought. Like much bigger, but I don't read dimensions. So take that with a grain of dust. We're just going to change up all the phrases. They're boring and old. And not dark enough. All right. Doo-doo-doo. Finally got her. So I did get last year, I think she's back in the corner there when we do a video in this room again, because we're adding more to this room. And that next video coming up, I'll try and remember to give a close-up of that one, but she's a lot more smooth and I would even say a little bit more feminine just because she has like this kind of like flowy, I don't know, I was going to say dress, but maybe it's more of a cape. But not a sort of woody. It's a different vibe. And also this one is quite a bit taller, I think. So here she is. Look at that hat. You can really see the brown on this one. And I don't know. I just feel like when you're going for a texture of something, did you find the size? 24 inches. So 2 feet. Interesting. A lot of places like don't really emulate that correctly. And I feel like they did a really good job of getting that. I love that there's no face here, which is similar to the other one. I love the drapiness of her armholes. Is that a thing? And I like how they're just kind of like, I don't know, swoopy. Almost like a feather, but very cool. And then here is the base, which has this like tree trunk-esque look to it with all of the roots. But I just love like the details of each root. Even on the back, there's a knot. How cool. This is what the base looks like. I don't know if it's like filled in on the inside. It's not light, but it's not like crazy heavy either. It's enough weight to, you know, sit there without falling over. But just for some perspective, that's how tall 2 feet is. So there's that one. And then I think the next one's even taller. And it is his pick. And we will be renaming it because Cracker Barrel, I think it's afraid
It's wrong.
of how to market this one. We got the Reaper, a figurine, which we are actually calling a druid because it has more druid vibes than anything. This is his pick. I also thought it was pretty cool, especially when it came in. This is one of those places that it's kind of like Pop Mart, like so far, where it comes in and I like it even more. So let's get this sucker out. And maybe we'll show it next to the witch just so you can see. Because it's like one thing to read dimensions of things. It's another thing to see it in person. Yeah. The downside of having everything black is when you buy things with styrofoam, which is quite noticeable and they're everywhere. Well, you guys let me know if you got this one. I've mostly seen people getting the witch and ornaments and some of the other things. I don't think I've seen anybody get this druid, we will call him. So apparently, and let me know if you got it. The only complaint people have had in those reviews is that this orb here, because this one does actually light up, has arrived broken. So let me know if you've ordered this and that happened. I guess we got lucky. I mean, the styrofoam fits it like quite perfectly. For both of them, they leave space here and they have styrofoam over the top and the bottom. So they're nice and snug on the top and bottom. And I think they do that so that nothing's pressing. So I'm not sure how that happened. Although we have a couple like busted in holes. So maybe that's how it happened. But he's also really cool because I think what they decided to do, I mean, it's quite obvious, is they took the whole witch vibe and ran with it, like the wooded look, which is really appropriate for a druid, I would say. So you got that same wood grain look and lack of face, although I feel like he's got more like of a space here. Yeah. So hers reads a little bit. Here's both of them together. Kind of a little bit more closed in. I feel like a little more feminine, which makes sense. I mean, a druid can be a chick too, right? I mean, yeah. Got the same drapey business, but a little bit different on the armholes there. And then we still have the sort of tree trunk vibe. I don't know if it's like the same pattern. I didn't look. It doesn't look like it is. You know how some places, we've talked about this, kind of reuse a mold in a way, like maybe they reused a portion of it and then did the rest to have a different character. And then, of course, this druid has a staff. So here it is from bottom to top, which I don't think we see the hands on the witch. So it's interesting. Does he have the one hand? Like, maybe he doesn't have a hand. That's even creepier. You know what I'm saying? And then we have this orb here. I feel like, I mean, you didn't seem to be bothered by it. My only complaint is that I wish that the orb were round all the way. So you don't see that in the photos, I don't think. So here it is, like up close. And then it's flat back here because that's where the light is. So let's light it up. And this one does not change color. They're just keeping it with the green color there. Oh, does the light flicker? Or is that just... No. So that's pretty cool. And I like that it, the staff like swirls around it. It both obviously holds it there, but it gives it a really cool swoopy vibe. So we each have a figurine. So this is going to go in his room. I think at some point we'll do like a tour of your space, but we have a lot more to go there. We've made quite a dent. How does one? There we go. And I think that's everything at Cracker Barrel. Okay, we're just jumping the couple of things. Actually, I got a couple more things, but I haven't shown you it. In the flesh going out. So those will be in a future video because guaranteed I'm getting more at Michael's, but I did pick up two things and I did show you both of them. And I did show that one of them was in my hand. So it should have been quite obvious that I got that one. That first one is this cutie right here, which as of this moment, maybe by the time this video is out, maybe not, the Vintage Spirits line is not alive and well in our neck of the woods here, but they did have a section. I was telling one of you in the comments, they had a section of like, and I showed you all it, like 5 or 6 items. And apparently after he went back to check, they just put it away. So I think they got a little too eager in when it was supposed to be out. So I got this while I could. I just love the whole like pale vibe. I just really, really like this line. I think maybe I won't be buying as much as I think I will. We'll see when we see it, but I'm definitely going to be getting some items. But I think I might be getting a second one of these. We'll see. As long as I get to keep working where I'm working. And I do have a desk. I'd like to put one there, but this one, you'll actually see where this is going in this room in the video coming up after this, but it's super cute. So I think I'm going to get one more of those. And then they did not have the cat. I'd like to get the cat too. But then they did have an ornament section and I had a $5 coupon. Otherwise it was full price. So just don't pay full price at Michael's, please. Got this guy. I think I didn't say this. Like, I'm excited by the line, but the jack-o'-lantern face is so cute. And I feel like a good classic like bulb ornament along with the like Cracker Barrel type ornaments would be really cool on the tree. So I think we might do that tree this year. We'll see how much we've collected. And I also feel like being on the plastic, it has a slightly different look, even though the face is otherwise the same. And then you have the little ornamenty business here. I'm pretty sure I would have gotten the ghost. I did kind of mention it. It had flowers on it, so not here for that. But I might do the candy corn. We'll see. I do have like $35 in vouchers, so I'm excited. We're going back, and I've noticed some Halloween stuff has started to go on sale, but only the stuff that's been released. But now, for what I'm like, I thought I was the most excited for Cracker Barrel, but I'm the most excited for Spooky Town. I did not think I would be getting into this world because it's a dangerous world to get into, any kind of village. Like, it's just we're not collectors in the traditional sense of like when we buy something, we're going to buy all the things or we have to get the latest thing. We just get what we like. But it can be kind of tempting to be like, well, we have like 5 of these. We might as well do a village. Let's do the whole thing. And then you just like feel like you have to buy and add to it. So right now, the approach is, and we'll talk about it more in the next video, is to kind of like just have them out and about on shelves looking cool. But I kind of have a feeling that eventually, you know what? Let's talk about it next. I have an idea. I think eventually, or do I just talk about it right now? Basically, it's giving me some ideas of doing a full-on village. We'll have to talk about it more because I want to show you some pieces that like sparked that I don't have yet. But let's first start, and we're going in order because when Michael's drops things, and I'm kind of new to it, not new to seeing Spooky Town, but like really being vested in it. They drop both, like bring back both old items and new items. So this one, we're going to go old to new, you said, for the accessories right now?
Yeah.
This is an old item, which I know I've seen this one before, but just some classic bits. We have tombstones here in all shapes and sizes. Can't hurt. Probably I was tempted to get the cemetery. Maybe at some point we do, or maybe we just build our own cemetery. That could be cool too. That would give more flexibility, I think, for like what we do with it. Oh, they do mark it new. Interesting. We have this skeleton coming out of the ground. Yeah, let me take this one out. There he is. How fun is that? I don't know. Does that say? It just says RIP. And then like a little skull, but like with our cemetery pieces. And I do want to, I'm going to keep an eye out for, I looked last year because I was doing a village last year, just not this vibe. Is I was looking at the florals, like the autumnal florals, and seeing if there are ones that could work for making our own trees, because I probably will purchase some trees. Some of them are pretty cool and unique, but they can be quite pricey if we're looking at filling in a whole space. So we might like do some DIYs there. Now, what's this one called? Evil signs. We got ourselves a set of 4 evil signs. So here they are. Very difficult to show these. We have Evil Apothecary Shop, Tarot Card Readings, Witches Spells, and the Halloween Shop. I just thought they're pretty classy. They're like the fold-out signs, so you can have them really wherever. And then, we didn't fix this one yet, did we? Mm-hmm. This one did come broken, but it's a doable fix. Isn't the light that lights up? That would make sense. Cemetery Sentinel is the name of this one. And it's kind of like a, well, actually I didn't realize we did a lot of cemetery stuff. Makes sense. We are called Crypt and Crescent. I have the urge to redo the banner, and I just want to do like a photo shoot in a in a graveyard and maybe have a picnic in a graveyard. Is that weird? That's why I want to do it. I think it'd be fun. But this little lantern here did come broken because Michaels thought it was a great idea to take a couple of buildings and then all of these and just right in a ginormous box, so just bouncing around. But this one, with some super glue, we can fix it. But it is a little disappointing. We shouldn't have to do that, Michaels. I don't know if they were just upset with the discount that we got there. Okay, now I don't know what you would call this. It's not a building. It's not one of these smaller accessories, but it is an addition. It's an almost building. I don't know. It is a tree. So what is this tree called? Chained spooky tree. Well, let's take it out because the glare should be too much. I mean, I do feel like the packaging is pretty good. Outside of that. What? It's fine. Oh, they give you a screw driver? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I guess so.
I appreciate that. Also, I feel like I watch my videos before they go out just to make sure like all is well. And I was talking about like the quality of Spooky Town, and how it's not as sometimes it feels like sometimes the quality of paint jobs at Michaels are not as common. I'm just sitting there going, Aubrey, this is not a Michaels product. This is a Lemax product. And I've just been really impressed with the paint jobs at Lemax, but also what? So this one is battery operated, but you can connect it so that it can be plugged in as well. And I was looking for that. I would like to avoid, we probably won't avoid it completely, but like who wants to be turning on, like who wants to be putting in batteries all the time? I have learned this with all the many faux candles that I have around this house. She's a pain in the arse, okay? But I appreciate we're including a screwdriver to get in this thing. Why we still need screws, I don't know. The children be getting into batteries? Is that what's happening? All right, here is our chained tree. So obviously she's got the chain. And I like the little spooky mouth there. And the skulls. And then I don't think I noticed the dude in the back. He's coming out like all sorts of angles. Maybe it's like more than one. We got a skull there and then a skull there. And then she lights up. So let's get that. And there is another setting. So I'm guessing it's a timer. But I love the purple. I also think it looks really cool with the green grass. So we got the eyes lit up. And then we have little, I mean, would you call them? They're giving bats. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's what they're going for. But I didn't know until I tested it, because do test your stuff because you never know, that they rotate, which makes sense. Like they're not always going to be poking out like that all the time. How cute. This next one is not a new one, but, and I probably saw this last year, but I wasn't like in the market for Spooky Town. But now that we know what we're going to be doing, what the theme is going to be, in the downstairs room, which is going to be like this, but movie themed. When I saw this, I think this is what prompted the plunge into Spooky Town. It is the, what are they calling it? Nightmares Video building. It's given the Blockbuster vibes. Let's take it out so I can show you all the details. I do want to show you, I didn't know this, but they all are really well packaged, and they come with this little reusable like Velcro strap. But what I was going to say is like, looking at it in the store, you can obviously catch a lot of details because they're out and about and hopefully have them lit up. But it wasn't until we got it home that we noticed even more. I'm going to show it to you not lit up first. I mean, the coolest thing. Let me know in the comments if you grew up in a time where Blockbuster existed, because we did. And I kind of miss it. Like, I kind of miss, like, and maybe we'll dive into this. It was something I was thinking of doing for my birthday, is going out and, like, doing a physical media shop. Is like, I get it. I get the whole urge, something that we had an opportunity to enjoy of having. I mean, with Blockbuster, you're getting it and renting it and bringing it back, but just being able to like buy and own something and having like I'm more of a physical book person than I am like digital. Not that I won't read it. So like, why wouldn't I feel the same about like I want to get some like VHS tapes, that sort of thing. We'll talk about it when we get to that room. But man, it's just like bringing the memories back. And there's so much going on here. Okay. So first up, we've got this giant like jack-o'-lantern kind of monster thing coming out of the top. Love that. Love the spider on top of his hand. There's just so much to look at. So we have the Nightmares like VHS tape sign. Really love that. And apparently also like Blockbuster closing down sale, and you'll get to see like the details in the window a little bit more, but I just want to show you. I will add, do me mindful of this little Reaper guy because this scythe is finicky. We might actually just like super glue that sucker to his hand so that it doesn't fall off. But here is the side. So I think that says horror movies. Yeah. And open 24 hours, Zombie Fest, and what does that say? Tuesdays, 8 p.m., classic horror fright night. I was telling my husband one thing that would have been really cool with this one, and I really, really love it, is if they made it so that like maybe these signs, like these posters and similar to other ones, were like magnetized and came out with accessories like this, which, hey, it would bring you more coin, Max, and you like changed out the movie posters. That would be cool. And then here is this side. So you can like, we'll really see in when it's lit up, but you can see the whole area, you know, where you would shop or rent. And then there is that side. So we have a nightmare sign. And then we have, I don't know what kind of trash that is in the trash can. It looks like VHS tapes. Oh my God, is that what they're going for? Like the old TVs and VHS tapes? Like they're already just taking it down, and they did not skimp on the back either. The paint job is just really, really great. I just noticed that sign. Oh my God. Okay. It says movie ratings. So we have G, PG, B, and BC. Ghouls, pre-ghoul, baddie, and blood curdling. I just had an idea of like our member tiers should be that. That'd be cool. And then also, we didn't notice until it came in, this clown on the corner here. But this was the sign that I was reading, the ratings. Okay, let's plug this in. Well, that wasn't the reveal. Hold on one moment. Let's recreate what just happened. Okay, so what I love about Spooky Town is like there's so much interactiveness, both with like lights, flickering lights, like we have here with the TVs, and or sound and or movement. Like, and I like that not all of them have like all the things going on. Like this has, there's no movement, there's no sound. I don't think there's sound, is there? Yeah, and I don't mind that because then it can play well with others and it does what it needs to do. Sometimes when you go too over the top, it takes away from all the detail. But yeah, I love so we have the TVs flickering here. And then we have like, I think it's like two punk zombies. Oh, it's a cash register over in this window. And then here is the area where you would be renting some VHS tapes. Oh, I see. We have like a little alien. I didn't notice that. And then one that says horror. Oh, sci-fi and horror. Okay. It's interesting that that is an alien. But it's an alien looking. I tell you, these are so cool. And then we have like this light is lit up. We've got one over here, and then the jack-o'-lantern is lit up. So cool. So this one's gonna go downstairs, but then we always have the opportunity to actually like make a spooky town out of it. So I don't know, and I probably could just Google this, but I'll let you all answer it. I know that Michael's has their own exclusive Remax Spooky Town items. Let me know if any other places do. I think some might. I don't know. Maybe they're the only ones that have a deal like that. But the next two pieces are Michael's exclusive. So it is a little difficult to like find them any cheaper, but they did do a sale. Like we literally got all three of these pieces for the price of one. So keep an eye out. And that sale was only online. So check online. It might not be going on in the store and it wasn't at the time. So just hold. But this one, so the one after this came not broken, but not the best. And so we returned it and we're like, you know what? Why not just also get this? So we got the Coffin parlor. I feel like when you look at the video when I was out and about, I was probably a little abundantly clear which ones we got. because I focus the most on them. I love anything Coffin. Okay, this one did come like broken, but I actually think that could be a good thing, and it's super fixable. All right, I have to be careful. You'll probably notice right away. Oh, it's that making the noise. I thought it was the glass. Here, there it goes. That's the thing that's broken. We'll get into it. So there's like a little, it's actually plastic, not glass, but sort of door cover right there. I just let that fall right to the ground. Okay. But why I think that could work. So let's take a look inside. We have a coffin there, and that's open. And then we have nothing over there. And I was like, hold up. Okay, maybe this worked out, that this just popped off, because obviously like just a little bit of super glue and we can get that back on. Is like, maybe we use that space, because I like having things where like every angle you look, there's something cool going on. And maybe find a figure or something that's appropriate. Maybe it's not a figure of that height, kind of like maybe super glue that too so it stays. Otherwise, once you attach it and it falls over, a little hard to fix. But that could be cool use of it. And then we'll just attach that back. So just imagine that there. Sorry, that's so distracting. And then it says the Coffin Parlor. I love the signs on the building, maybe the most. And this one, I think also just lights up. So we've got those are some long fangs on this chick. Like they go down to her chin. But we have a vampiress. Is that the word? There. And then some kind of like cabinet, bookcase. But I like the little bat wings there. I love the sort of like really almost like a Slimer just like ran into this building. Just the drippiness. Actually, these buildings kind of give off like they're in was it Ghostbusters vibes, like, and the ghost just came through. The brickwork is great. And then we have a gargoyle. Yep, I'm gonna say gargoyle. Over on the side there, is that like, what does that say? Full moon special. Oh, it's just the hours. And then CP. Does that say? Oh. Vampire tanning technology friendly. Vampire friendly. Sorry, I read that out of order. And then we have our casket at the top here, which I thought when I saw it in person, I thought the guy was just struggling a little too hard and couldn't get it open. And that is the case. Like I thought it was supposed to open more, but it is just kind of like that. It looks better when we plug it in. It's a little irritating. Those are the buildings that we will not be doing, like the one with the Ouija board, like really cool. But if there's any amount of an irritating sound, and I think there will be some, like where the music gets old or something, but I think you could shut it off. But you can't really shut off like the ticking. I'm just not going to do it. Like, all right, let's look at this one with the door off. Do you have the door? Or I'll just hold it in place. There we go. So it lights up the sign. All of the lights are lit. And then, isn't there? Oh, it doesn't. It just has a light over that sign. And then this guy has a little bit of a light, and it kind of goes like, it's like a pulsatingness to it. One of the things I want to say, so I mentioned that we did a village before this, and that was Department 56, and he commented on this that I kind of didn't notice it because when things are done well, like you really notice more when they're not done well. And one thing that Department 56 did not do well that they do is when they use lights on the inside, you don't see it come through the rest of the building. You only see it coming through where it needs to, like the windows and that sort of thing. But for the Department 56 buildings, it essentially like lit up the whole building. And it's not working the way that that's supposed to work. So I really appreciate that. Oh, can I point that out? Does it really? Where? Oh my God. Y'all like when you take things out of the box and you have to go revisit it and put it back and you're just like, which way? They even put, it's hard to see. There's an arrow right here to tell you that this is the top, as arrows do. I appreciate it. Okay. This next one I would say is your pick, but we both liked it. It is the most expensive of the three too. What is this one called? Misty Grave Mausoleum. We definitely oogled at this one quite a bit, so it was probably noticeable, but here she is. Okay, I think we're going to show this to you in like 3 different phases. Unlit, lit. And then we will be testing this with water for the first time on camera. So hopefully that goes well. We are within the range. Oh my goodness. Watch them like whack into it now. Look at our glorious mausoleum. So this one didn't have sound, right?
It does.
It does. Oh, I don't remember what the sound is. Anyway, here is the front. So we've got a couple little like ghouls. I don't know. Are they zombies? They're just dead people. So I guess that's technically a zombie. Coming out the sides there. It just gives like, I mean, isn't that what a mausoleum is? I was going to say it gives Crypt vibes. Yeah. And I want anything that is Crypt vibes. I was tempted by, I think it was called Crypt City, right? Something like that. Yeah, I was tempted by that. Maybe I will. So the one that we got in, just FYI, if yours comes this way, the building, it meets right there. You could see the kind of crease. There's a bit more of a gap than it seemed was accurate. And when we checked it online, that confirmed that. So we haven't actually returned it, but we will be. But
You could put a pencil.
yeah, you could put a pencil in it. It was pretty noticeable. And the one downside that I saw is Michael's doesn't do exchanges. So like we had to go buy it if you don't want to miss the sale, basically again, and then we'll be returning that one. And then here's the top. We have a bunch of lights, and then it has Misty grave, mausoleum, and then I'm assuming the water goes over there. I guess they would call that a moat, right? Kind of. Yeah. I just noticed like all the skulls around the edge there. And then this sucker in the middle is going to light up. Here, let's just light this up. It's going to be a little difficult. One thing about these little like ghouls, we'll see, is they come real close to this thing. Hold on. No, they're not. They're like so close to that rock. Here, can I manage? I think they are hitting it. No? No, they're not. They're like so close, which does work out really well. Do you see? So cool. I think there's been some people that have said that theirs have hit that, but you can just kind of like give it a bend, and apologies for that in advance. That flickers like kind of randomly, which is very appropriate. Then we have the lights. Are these supposed to be lit or no? Is that supposed to be lit?
Doesn't put lightning ones, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then we have down here, we got this guy popping up and down, and then a light next to him. And then same on the other side. These are the sorts of things you probably should have on a table. And then we got that ghoul in the doorway there. Now, let's actually get this on a table. We're going to get water in this and see it in its like full glory. Oh, I didn't really say this, like where this one's going. This one, I think we decided is going to be in this room. And same for the tree and probably the coffin parlor. Yeah, we'll talk more about that in the next video. We just need to get us a box to put this on. I just feel like these things are like an ADHD person's dream. Like, it's just like so much to like, I don't know, give your eyes something to look at. I'm excited. I'm excited for our Spooky Town adventure. Oh, and I didn't mention this, but they have like a green ghoul figure that you could buy on the side. Maybe at some point we do. We passed on it for now. Oh my god, that's so cool. So that's with the music on. If you turn it all the way. He does like him some soundy things. Like, who needs meditation when you have this sort of stuff? You know what I mean? I don't know if we're getting it. Can you just don't. Look at that guy. How cool is that? Just from the side here, I'll come on that side. That's so cool. Oh. Yeah, that is very calming. And then, oh, that was all the way. That's fine. if you turn it, you can like turn the volume down and then to completely off. But it's going to keep that going. I dig that too. Like if you just want that going in the background. I don't need a Zen garden. I need a Misty mausoleum, you know? Misty, wasn't there another word? Misty grave mausoleum. Anyway, my friends, that is a wrap on the first, like, from the Halloween drops this year haul. Not the last. I already have a little bit of a build going from a number of other places, and I know I'll be getting more. Let me know what you've been getting, and if you've done Spooky Town, what pieces do you have, or which one's your favorite? I'd love to know, especially the older stuff, because I'm trying to acquaint myself with everything out there, because there's so much. But yeah, that's a wrap. I will see you in the next video. Stay spooky. Bye.